man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out. All right, man, we back. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. Appreciate the love and support. Let's talk a little bit about Errol, Spence, Danny Garcia last night, and Terence Crawford. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate the love and support. And, to start off on a positive note, Errol Spence looked phenomenal last night. To me, he reestablished himself as the number one welterweight in the division, right? And when I say that, that means he has the greatest body work at welterweight, recent body work. And we're talking about the greatest welterweight right now. It's probably still Manny Pacquiao, okay? And that's just plain and simple, just what he's done, even at catch weights. But right now, Errol Spence, it's his division. Plain and simple. Last night, his legs looked better than they ever had, or better than they recently had. He was moving. He was in shape. Jab looked great, as usual. Took a punishment. I don't think Danny ever hit him with his full power, and that's because how long and tall Errol is. But, he was great last night. If he fight like that, he gonna beat anybody. Real talk. And if he can beat anybody on that night, to beat that Errol, you're gonna have to be on your P's and Q's. But, let's talk about where Danny Garcia go from here. And I think it's over with. I think Danny should move on. You can't move down. Let's say you still play the field. Let's say you go to the next. He Bud gonna do him even worse. I think Bud will follow. Bud gonna try to finish him. And don't forget, people talking about, well, Errol is a much bigger fighter. Don't forget, Bud got 2 inches of reach over Errol. Don't forget, he ain't been in no car accident. And don't forget, he gonna finish. So that should give Danny an opening. I just think Danny done. He just done. He's done everything he can do. And what makes me say he done? It's not just off that performance yesterday. Okay, you could lose to the best welterweight. Wilder lost to the best heavyweight. When you look at what Danny said, he said, you know what, I need to move up to 54. Maybe another fight at 47. He can't do nothing at 54. You know what I'm saying? You too slow at 47. How you gonna do something with Jamel, Tony Harrison, Teixeira, Castanos, Rosario, Tony Harrison, whoever over there? You can't do nothing in there. I think Danny Garcia has some problems with 108-year-old Austin Trout. And this ain't me trying to hate on Danny Garcia. I'm just saying I don't really see him having a future at 54. If you want to stay at 47, as I said last night, Adrian Broner is the guy to fight. Other than that, unless you're going to fight Regis Prograis, but Broner going to bring more money, And if you want to still fight Bud, obviously that's still there. But then again, how you just got dog walked, I don't think Top Rank going to have the budget for him to fight Bud. So, it'd be the same thing. Bud probably going to close it out. I think Bud is a better closer. You know what I'm saying? And he the best puncher in the division. People don't want to believe me. He the best puncher in the division. He can knock people out with his right hand. He can knock people out with the left hook, with the left hand. It don't matter if he goes with southpaw and put his lead hand, make his lead hand his strong hand. He can do it on both sides. People just think he more comfortable as a southpaw. It depends who he fighting. If he had trouble, usually he moves southpaw. But I seen him hurt people with the left hook, put people down with the left hook. Seen people hurt him with the uppercut. Seen him hurt him with the right hand, over right, straight right. He's a two-handed puncher. And people, he ain't the best puncher in the division. He knocked out everybody since he been here. He knocked out Jeff Horn. Manny Pacquiao couldn't do that. He knocked out Jose Benavidez. That ain't never been done before. He outboxed Amir Khan, then he quit, got him up out of here. Ain't nobody stopped Kell Brook in 4 or 5 rounds? That hadn't been done before. And people can say, well, Danny Garcia was a better opponent. I can agree, but then again, Danny Garcia didn't have trouble with guys who move a lot. And now you have a guy that moved like 9, 10, 11, 12. And, Errol, he moved, but Errol pressured him. He didn't know how to get him. He didn't know how to fight on the inside. So, like I said before, I think Danny great chin. I knew Errol wasn't going to stop him. Errol is not a closer. And he never visibly had DSG drunk in there. We talking about ass whoopings by accumulation. That ain't even the top 100 that I've seen. You done seen fights where, you know, Julian Jackson and McLennan, they wasn't the same, you know, even though they didn't go on as long as that. But you seen some one-side ass whoopings that people done made and they wasn't the same. So, you know, we'll see with Danny, but I think it's over with. I think he got the money, you know what I'm saying? He can start the finance business to help boxers invest his money. But if he do stick around, excuse me, it's going to be versus a guy like Adrian Broner. That's going to bring the money. Obviously, Pacquiao. He's supposed to be an Austin fight Monday. I just think for Danny Garcia, Hall of Fame fighter, just 147 won for him. You know, people forget he damn near had the same reach as Mikey Garcia. So, you know, when you got the same reach as Mikey Garcia, you better be able to tuck your elbows and put your chin down and beat somebody down on the inside, and that just ain't it, you know. And it wasn't like he was like Mikey, he was just running or not trying to get knocked out. Danny Garcia, he tried to the end. So Philly can't be mad at him. Errol Spence was just A1. He wanted to walk him down and cut the ring off. A1. Now, Danny did turn him like Sean did. And Errol reset and put it on him. The difference was Sean Porter, his style was better than Danny Garcia for Errol. You know, when he was able to turn Errol and then punch where his speed, and Errol wasn't able to hit a moving target. And he wasn't able to control that moving target with the jab. When Sean took his jab away. Sean just did that based on, Sean is one of those guys that punch and move. He ain't gonna sit down and land no shot. He gonna stick and move and do all this and, you know, punch off platform, and that gave Danny issues and it gave Errol issues. You know, you talking about Errol fighting a guy like, a guy like Chavez. You know, he had to beat Chavez just on pure strength. He ain't gonna be able to walk Chavez down and beat him. What Chavez is gonna do is he gonna get in there, he gonna touch Errol to the body. He gonna be in Errol's kitchen house. He gonna be able to fight Errol on the inside. Danny didn't have that ability. So talking about guys that's shorter, stockier, you know, a guy like Duran, a guy like Chavez, kind of there. You know, I think Shane Mosley, Errol would have gave Shane some problems with the jab and his length. But you know, great fight. You know, Danny Garcia just, I think at this point, if you got the money, just retire or have a go away fight. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would say do. But obviously, last night, you know, I ain't gonna tell you today. Somebody asked me to do a video. I said we'll do it in the morning, but man, I hadn't slept from Friday, Saturday. I had drunk my girl made some coffee for my mom. She came over. I mixed it with hot chocolate. Bullshit you now, I couldn't sleep for 24 hours. Man, I was up watching HBO Max. I watched The Mandalorian, The Wire, Scooby-Doo, Shazam, Demolition Man. I was watching a little bit of everything on there, dog, but I should have been watching some fights, but I didn't feel like it. But yeah, you know, Errol said his name after the fight in the press conference. He said if Crawford said it don't matter. Why he here trying to see me? And then the guy asked me to do a video request, and I'll get to it in a minute, saying that, you know, why everybody get mad at AJ for not letting Wilder in the ring, but not getting mad at Errol for not letting Terence in the ring. And it's simple as this, you know, and I ain't gonna lie about this situation. I got this reassured a couple weeks ago. They're not fighting that man, and I didn't get the clarification, but I don't think they want to fight him. So if he do come to PBC, it ain't a guarantee that he gonna fight. Just plain and simple. They don't believe Errol can beat him. That's what I heard. And I'm not gonna say who said it, but you know, they can beat him. So that's just what it is, man. At the end of the day, 30 years old. And I don't know what the pay-per-view number is going to look like, but why not? He may never get this opportunity again to really have a marquee fight that everybody want to see. Who you want to see versus 54 that's going to break the internet? No, nobody. That's 60, nobody. You know, Canelo ain't coming back down to 60. So my whole thing is he looked good last night, but he don't want to fight Bud. You know, remember Bud got 2 inches of reach. You know, they say Bud is small, but then again, he's strong. And if you Bud Crawford, you know what I'm saying? You came to the fight. They're not going to let a guy like that in the ring. You know, Errol said he just going to come back in the summer and think about and worry about the opponent later. They know who he want to fight. Since no IBF mandatory, he probably going to come back for Sean. And at this point, it is what it is. You know, they don't understand that they shooting themselves in the foot by not making a fight and celebrating the fight. But I've been told by multiple people, managers and big guys, they ain't making that fight. So ain't no point in getting mad at Errol no more. You know, if Errol wanted to take the advice of Al Heyman, why not? Look what the advice of Al Heyman got Floyd Mayweather. So, you know, at the end of the day, if I'm Terence Crawford, either, you know, I'm trying to secure that Pacquiao fight, which is supposed to be an announcement Monday, which he probably gonna turn around, probably fight Mikey. That's just what I've been hearing. But Terence Crawford, man, you know, everybody mad at him, even motherfuckers who know boxing. And boxing is contagious. Even guys that came up in a hardcore era that have fought, motherfuckers saying, oh, you know, he deserves 60-40. At that point in boxing, why not 50-50? You can look at the Wilder and Fury. 50-50. Fury was nowhere near the name of Wilder in America. But like I said, either you stand on your principles, and why go to PBC? Why be the new kid on the block? You think if you, let's say you thoroughly beat Errol in a fight, you think they won't try to rob you? Real talk. They definitely gonna try to rob that brother. So if I'm that brother, I just say, look here, man. This how many times I want to fight again. I put a press release out. I say, look here, man. I'm gonna fight. How many more times? 2 or 3 more times next year. You know, hey, I move up to 54, try to cement my legacy, get a belt. If not, that's it. It's it. Try to fight Keith. Try to fight Sean. Try to fight Danny. Trying to fight Errol. It's it. And everybody's mesmerized like dumbass Chris Minnick saying, well, Earl's not a Hall of Fame. How's Keith Thurman going to the Hall of Fame? How's Errol going to the Hall of Fame? Ain't no PBC fighter other than Floyd and Pacquiao Hall of Fame worthy. And it's just the God honest truth. None of them Hall of Fame worthy. You look at it, neither Deontay Wilder. How's he Hall of Fame worthy? If Crawford ain't the standard for Hall of Fame, for the Hall of Fame, then no PBC fighter is not named Manny Pacquiao. Somebody got out and unified a division. His names at 40 was just as good as Jamel names at 54, if not better. He beat who did he beat for the belt? John Jackson. A lot of y'all ain't even know John Jackson fought Andy Lee at 154. And should have stopped Andy Lee, but Andy Lee stopped him with a shot. Who's John Jackson? Julian Jackson's son. You know, he fought Austin Trout. He was 150 years old. And Austin Trout still gave him and his brothers fits. You know, didn't fight Demetrius Andrade. That's on Andrade. Didn't go through Lara, probably the next best 154-pounder. Then get Canelo politics. So you just see a lot of inconsistencies throughout boxing. Oh, he ain't did this. Neither none of the PBC fighters. That's a fact. He's talking about, you know, he want to fight Errol. You know, it ain't gonna happen. And if I'm Crawford, I retire happy. I simply retire happy, man. Because there's no need to go through the politics no more. They want to say Errol the best, let them say it. Want to say, you know, oh, he beat Terence. Make the fight. So I'm Terence, just wash my hands of it. But to move on, you know, he didn't let Terence in the ring. You know, with Terence getting in the ring, he wasn't getting in the ring when his floor seat was way back. But they acknowledged him as a title holder towards the end. They showed him on the screen, you know, punching in the air. Then again, that's just how they rolling. Y'all talking about Al Heyman care about black people, which he don't. His time and time again, he see green. And that's fine with me. You know, why not help Terence Crawford out? Why not get him over there and make the fight? PBC ain't never had $1 million pay-per-view. Not including Floyd. They didn't have $1 million pay-per-view. You can put Wilder and Fury pay-per-view numbers up there, and they both of them together, and they still didn't eclipse $1 million. They did 800,000, if that's true, and 350,000. Still ain't reach $1 million. Y'all supposed to bring the heavyweight division back. Pacquiao on there ain't making $1 million. Broner, Thurman, two of your biggest names, ain't do $1 million. Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, Sean Porter all fought each other, other than Sean and Danny, on free TV. Gervonta ain't doing nowhere near $1 million. You know? So you sitting here and you got a chance to steal this kid from Top Rank and probably do the best pay-per-view numbers, not including Floyd. You don't want to do it. You know? And then everybody's cool with him not letting him in the ring. We know he never going to let him in the ring. Oh, why he come to my fights? I never go to a Terence Crawford fight. We know you would never go to a Terence Crawford fight. We We know this, man. If Terence Crawford was fighting Errol Spence, he wouldn't show up to that fight. That's what he was saying. And that's just boxing in a nutshell. One dude that cried at the beginning of his career because Keith and Danny Garcia didn't want to fight him. Manny Pacquiao didn't want to fight him at that point in his career. A man that cried, and all of a sudden he in position, and he acting like a bitch. Come on. Somebody tell me that's right. That's why I don't rock with him no more. The day I found out he was ducking blood, no, can't rock with that. Can't sit here and cry and say, well, I didn't get the opportunity from Sean and Danny and Keith. Get out of here. Keith Thurman will still be the best fighter on his resume. Even if he go to 54 and didn't fight Jermell Charlo, Keith Thurman still the best fighter on his resume. He go to 60, Keith Thurman still the best fighter on his resume. So he can move up 2 different weight classes, and Keith Thurman still gonna be the best fighter on your resume. I'm not talking about Terence. But he looked amazing last night. If you look that good, why not fight Bud and get this money? Why not fight Bud and put $1 million pay-per-view on your resume? But that's my whole thing on it. Let me know what you guys think. I ain't really tripping. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. All my social media links in the description. Fast way to reach me is Twitter, then Facebook, then Instagram. Also got a Facebook group if you want to advertise your business on the channel. Have a video request, just want to chop it up. All the links there. Want to make a donation to the channel, Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link there as well too. Appreciate the love support. We gone.
Belief about
No, I'm on the phone.
You on the phone?
Yeah.
You looking at my baby?
No, I ain't looking. No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, man. Next time we come outside, don't be staring shit like that. I don't like that.
I wasn't looking at him.